Sit down, one more mystery. Then we wrap up this first session and prepare for the second. Now listen carefully. I want to show you how God used the wings of parents to take children to the God of the parents. The God of my father. I'm not referring to idols. The God the parent find, the Christ you find, the dimensions of glory you find, your children can step into it. And I will tell you how. I will begin with biology. Then we'll go into the spiritual. Biological children and spiritual children. For biological children, because by the law of life, they are an extension of you. By default. By default, they carry a piece of you. They carry your blood. They carry your DNA. So even if they don't know God, even if they are reckless, you could be so close to God and then very far from God. Don't give up. Let me tell you why. Because they are your extension, because they are your blood, because they are connected to you by the law of life. Any dimension of God that you access, they automatically, by the law of life, have been legalized to carry. Are you understanding? And the devil knows. So what the devil does, he comes to influence them not to follow your lifestyle. And they carve their own lifestyle according to the culture or the system. And you get frustrated, but you need to know the secret I want to tell you. Now, here's why you should not give up, why you should not be frustrated. You keep entering the presence. Keep living a life in the deep. While you live a life in the deep, whenever you appear in the deep, by the law of life, they appear before you. By the law of life, they appear with you. They may not be there, but because you are their root, they are the tree, they are the leaves, they are the branches. When the root gets into the crown of God, there is no way the branch can escape. The branch can never escape. They may not respect you, they may be talking back at you, but because of the law of life, you can see why David was so patient with Absalom. You can see why he was so patient. Because of the law of life. They can have access to what you have access. Now, before they cross, some of these things are not possible. But after they cross, 100% possible. I am coming. Now, you keep entering. Maintain position in the deep. Don't lose position. If you lose position, they'll be lost forever. Keep your position. Don't speak evil words on them, no matter how angry you are. The Bible says, be angry, but what? Sin not. So be patient and quiet. But you could sit down, talk, wherever. But please don't speak a word of judgment. You can speak a word of rebuke, no problem. But don't speak a word of judgment. You can speak a word of correction, no problem. A word of rebuke, no problem. But don't speak a word of judgment. What's a word of judgment? You will not amount to anything. It's a word of judgment. And those things are very powerful because you are standing on the legal right of the law of life to tell them they will not amount to anything. That's why people like Reuben in the Bible could not excel. The law of life. Listen carefully. That was what even Noah never knew. That's why you see we have demons on earth. I've told you that before. Noah would not have cursed his son who saw his nakedness. Because the law of life. Because if you curse your child, you curse yourself. That is why an accursed child whose curses proceed from your mouth, they give you sorrow until you die. Because they are part of you. So when they go through the power of the curse, you will never have joy in life. Because the curse they are struggling with came from you. I've seen people in my village who cursed their children. Honestly, they suffered until they died. There was no joy in their life. A woman or a man who is fond of cursing his biological children or her biological children will never enjoy peace on earth. You may have all the money in this world. Sorrow will fill your heart because as the child is struggling under the curse, you who is the originator is sharing in the pain without knowing it. So when you enter the presence, is the blood, the law of life that permits your child to share the heritage. And look, this is why I said put the blessing. Because as you begin to carry the blessing from the deep, and when you come out from the presence, you put it on your children, whether they are there or not. Prophesy and declare. Or as you enter the deep, you call their name because they are there with you by default. And you declare things over their lives. And when you come out, even if they provoke you, don't say contrary because you'll be cancelled. canceling what you have established. I know this is difficult when you have very stubborn children, but it's necessary. It's a price you must pay. At the end of the day, sometimes it will happen when you are alive. Sometimes it will happen when you are dead. The blessing you put on them is going to lead them to the God you found. And they will come and walk in the same footsteps you walked. Let me share with you a story. There was a reckless boy in America, a black American, whose mother understood what I've just said. He was raised in church from Sunday school. When he entered high school, he was misled. He entered into drugs, alcohol, women, and entered into criminality. He never finished school. And the mother was one of the carriers of the Holy Ghost in her church. If the devil wants to slap your righteousness, he makes your child the worst. The boy was made the worst, and the mother became a scorn in the whole society. Whenever she go to preach, they will remind her of her son. They will tell her charity begins at home, and she will go back and cry. And the Lord will tell her, bless him. She will be blessing. She will call his name. You are coming out to do the work of God. You are coming out to do the work of God. That was that being her declaration. All the souls I couldn't save because of what you are doing, you are going to come back and save them. And she did that until she died. She grew old until she died. The boy also grew mature, and God has more than how many women failed marriages here, children everywhere. The day the mother died, everybody came for the funeral. And they were passing and watching, looking at the coffin because it was open. The boy's turn came. As soon as he passed, he looked at the coffin. He stood, he fell and knelt down. Mom, wake up. Wake up and talk to me about Jesus. Wake up and tell me what you used to tell me about him. Jesus, I will serve you. I will serve you. Just wake my mother up. I will serve you. They just have to carry him out. From that day, he turned from his wicked ways. The next Sunday, he was found in church. Look at what God did. The pastor was still preaching when the Holy Ghost came upon the boy. The boy got Holy Ghost baptism. The first day, he stepped in church. Holy Ghost baptism. By the next week, he went to Bible school. And he came to preach the message the mother said he will preach. Won the souls the mother says is going to win. Is going to win. Listen carefully. We are dealing with the eternal God. We must remain faithful. He determines when the harvest comes. Of all our tears, of all our sorrows. Now,